Who was it for
whatever
you?
that is.
Who was it for you? Who got you into pro wrestling when you
Mick
were
Foley
Mick Foley?
told me a story, man. His promos, yeah. So like I remember being a fan when I was a kid, you know, Hulkamania, Ultimate Warrior, all that kind of jazz. Dressing up in my mom's clothes and wrestling with my brother on her bed. But I fell out of watching it. I think mostly because my brother fell out of watching it, and then he started watching again in the Attitude Era. And I'd come along when he was watching it, and I was one of those. I was the worst. I was the worst. I was like, oh no, you know that's not fake. That's for babies. And I'd be like, no, it's gotten really good. It's actually really good now. And I'd be like, yeah, sure, whatever. But then Mick would come on,
Mm.
and I'd be like, the way he talked, and the stories he tell, and this underdog that he was, and this unlikely superstar that he was. And I was a bit of a misfit as a kid, not a bit of a misfit. I was very much a misfit, and I could see myself in him. Like there was just that relationship, that rapport of like, no, you're not the picture perfect superstar. And so he became my hero. You know, I really wanted him to win, and then he had that match with Triple H where he was going to retire if he lost. And I remember staying up late and watching it, and him lose, and me just being in floods of tears. And of course he came back like 4 weeks later, whatever. Um but 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 that was really what hooked me. And then I was there to stay, and then I saw Lita, and she was so cool, and I wanted to be like her. And then everybody else. I mean, it was just such a hot time in the business. But I just fell in love with it.
Do you have a favorite Mick Foley match?
Gosh, I don't know. Probably, I mean, maybe it's Triple H and Mick Foley in the Hell in a Cell just for that nostalgic reason.
Yeah, that was so good. I think everyone points to like the Undertaker, Mick Foley, Hell in a
Yeah.
Cell. I mean, that was his defining moment for
His
sure,
his
right?
defining moment. But I think for me as a fan, to to get to the point where I was crying over this man losing was a defining moment in my fandom.
Yeah. The match he had with Randy Orton, where Randy
Oh
Orton,
my gosh.
right, where we kind of went, oh,
Yes.
Randy Orton will do this stuff. That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, Randy, what a legend. What a
What a
legend
legend.
that man is.